Peace. What's going on, y'all? Give y'all a chance to tap in and tune in with your boy. Going live this morning. Got a real simple topic I want to build on today. Dealing with nutrition. Real light work today. Just want to kind of build on a myth. What's going on, Trading War Stories? How you living, man? How you feeling? Eli Smooth, what's going on with you, my brother? How y'all living, man? How y'all feeling? Sweet Tea, what's going on? How everybody holding up on this Tuesday morning? Hopefully y'all maintaining, taking care of yourselves out here, staying healthy, drinking your water, getting your fruits in. You know, in the morning time, that's the best time to get your fruits in. So morning time, it should be strictly fruits and water if you can. So hopefully y'all getting that water in, man, getting them fruits in. But I got a real solid topic that I want to talk about today, man. So it's like a little myth that I want to destroy. All right, you doing that 24-hour fast, that water fast today? All right, that's definitely peace. You about to be feeling magical after the fast. Joe King, what's going on with you, peace? Oh, Eli Smooth, it's all good. You gonna overcome it. 24 hours is nothing. 24 hours is nothing. You gonna master that temptation. You gonna overcome that. 24 hours is nothing. That'll be over with before you know it. That's nothing. That's light work. That's light work. But I'm gonna give people time to tune on in before I really start diving into the topic for the day. It ain't gonna take me that long to cover this topic for the day. So we probably gonna do some other type of building too once I'm done with it. It's real light work, man. I wanna kind of destroy this myth, man, because a lot of people did some striving in regards to transitioning to like maybe vegetarianism or the vegan lifestyle. And one thing that has happened, what's good with you, Justin Green? Peace. How you doing? How you living? How you feeling? One thing that tends to happen when people strive to make a transition or a healthier transition, one thing people have told me is that when they let go of the meat, they started to feel sick, they started to feel weak, and all of that negative nonsense. And I have to let people know that that's actually normal. And I tell people that they should expect that. Anytime somebody comes to me and they have a desire to let go of meat, I warn them. I say, you may possibly, once making a transition, you may possibly get sick, and it may last for weeks to months, depending on how toxic you are or were. When I let go of meat, I was down for maybe about 2 to 3 weeks. I'm talking about stomach problems, headaches, bad dreams, man, low energy, felt weak, felt horrible. And that lasted for about 2 to 3 weeks. But that's normal. That's part of the detoxification process. That's part of the cleansing process. When you are detoxing, when you are cleansing yourself, hence you are removing something that's toxic from your lifestyle, but you got to factor in the fact that I've been eating this certain type of way for 20 plus years, 15 plus years, 30 plus years. However long you have been consuming this type of lifestyle or indulging in this type of lifestyle, you got to factor that in. So when you detox, when you cleanse yourself, what's happening is all of those toxins are flowing through the bloodstream. All of that meat that you've been eating over the years, all of that artificial sugar that you've been consuming over the years, all of those dairy products that you've been consuming over the years, all of that acid, all of that toxicity is flowing in the bloodstream when you are cleansing yourself from that particular lifestyle. And when it flows through the bloodstream, that is what results in those bad feelings. You feeling weak, you having a headache, you having a diarrhea, you feeling nauseous, etc., etc. That lack of energy, that fatigue, that is a result of the toxins flowing through the bloodstream, all the nightmares and things of that nature. So all of that should be expected when you strive to remove meat, remove dairy products, remove artificial sugar from your lifestyle. You will have those bad dreams, those nightmares, and you will feel weak. You will feel weak. You will probably have digestive issues and a bunch of other things. And for some, it may last for a few weeks, like I said, and for some, it may last a month. Depends on how toxic you were. So that's to be expected. It's not something to run from, even when you are fasting. When you are fasting, that's also a normal feeling, and I have to explain that to people. When you are fasting, especially if you're doing a prolonged fast, the first 2 or 3 days. Let's say you striving to fast for 7 days. Those first 2 to 3 days gonna be rough. Gonna be rough. You are going to feel horrible. They are going to be the hardest days of your life to get through those first 2 or 3 days of the fast. Once you get past day 3 though, and this is the consensus among a lot of people that fast religiously, once you get beyond day 3 of a prolonged fast, you start to feel good. You start to feel fantastic. You may even see your energy increase. Because what people don't understand with fasting, like you actually see a boost in like your adrenaline. So you actually get an energy boost by doing prolonged fast. A lot of people don't know that, but you got to get past day 3 though, or day 3 first. And that's going to take a lot of strength, a lot of discipline, and a lot of willpower. But a lot of people don't know that going into the fast. So they think, oh, I'm feeling weak. I'm feeling nauseous. I'm lacking this energy. Now I need to eat something. That's not what your body is letting you know. Your body is letting you know that the stuff that you ate prior to this fast was bad, was toxic. And now that's your fuel. That's your energy. And your body is striving to release it. So that's why you feeling the way that you are feeling. So it's not a result of you not eating. It's a result of what you ate prior to the fast. A lot of people don't understand that. And same with the meat, when you letting go of the meat. You feeling weak after you let go of the meat does not indicate that you need to eat the meat. No, that's an indication of the meat that you were eating prior to letting it go is toxic. That's why you are feeling weak, because now that your body is using that as fuel, because it's releasing through the bloodstream. So that's an indication of. So a lot of people make that mistake, man, when they strive to go vegetarian and they strive to go vegan, especially when they kind of do it cold turkey. And they just one day just say, I'm gonna drop all meat products. They experience that weakness. They experience all those symptoms that I mentioned, and they feel like that's an indication that they need meat. Nope, that's not an indication of that at all. So I gotta I'm here to tell you, if you are striving to make that transition, D Monty Magic, peace, what's going on? And Justin Green, there you go, that's 16-8. That's the best way to start off in regards to fasting. So I have to tell people a lot of times, man, when people come to me and say they tried to go the vegan route, they tried to go the vegetarian route, and it just didn't work out for them. I have to ask them sometimes, like, how did you strive to transition? And when they break down how they tried to transition into that lifestyle, then there goes the answers to the questions right there. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it didn't work out for you. You just attempted to transition into that lifestyle the wrong way. And that's the problem. C.A. Boogs, what's going on? Kelsey K, yeah, beans is a good substitute. I mean, there's plenty of substitute. Beans are good. Basically, the only thing that you are missing when you remove meat from your diet, the only thing that you may be lacking is protein. So there are plenty of different ways that you can substitute that protein. You can eat hemp seeds. You can eat plenty of beans. You can eat pumpkin seeds. You can eat split peas. All of those have an enormous amount of protein in it. Rice and beans, if you eat brown rice and beans throughout the day, then you're getting all the amino acids that you need, which they call a complete protein, which is actually like a myth. The incomplete and the complete protein thing, that's a myth in and of itself. As long as you're getting all the amino acids that you need throughout the day, then you're good in regards to the protein department. So you can eat brown rice, beans, split peas, lentils, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds. Sunflower seeds are a great source of protein. So you got plenty of options. Spinach, kale, all your dark leafy greens, great plant-based sources of protein. Germ God, peace, what's going on? Tavon, what's going on? Eli, tofu is cool, moderation. I don't necessarily consume tofu like that though. Oh, D Monty Magic. Hey, a lot of people get to that point when they just can't stand the smell of the meat. It's like a lot of times what people don't understand when it comes to meat. A lot of people don't want to hear this, but a lot of times, man, our bodies let us know a lot of times that we shouldn't be eating meat. Our bodies let us know. They give us signs a lot of times, man, but a lot of times we overlook the signs. And a lot of that is due to conditioning. Due to conditioning. What people don't understand, it's a lot of, because I've been around a lot of kids naturally do not gravitate towards meat. Like I've analyzed a lot of children, man, it's a lot of kids out here. When you analyze kids closely, a lot of them don't naturally gravitate towards meat. A lot of kids, a lot of children, a lot of babies don't naturally gravitate towards meat. We force that on them. We force that meat lifestyle on them. A lot of them will not naturally gravitate towards meat. And that's just an actual fact. I got some of that in my family. Like a lot of babies, they do not fool with meat naturally. Again, that's conditioning. We force that meat on them. Bokeem, hey, that oatmeal, that's peace. That's peace. Yeah, D Monty Magic, I kind of went the cold turkey approach. It wasn't necessarily cold turkey, but I transitioned like fast. I did it real fast, faster than you're really supposed to do it. And a lot of times people don't understand too, because the body is all wise and intelligent. And I have to tell people this as well. When your body is used to breaking down a certain type of food, so like if you just been a meat eater all your life, then your digestive system is wired in a different way. So when you strive to transition to more of a vegan lifestyle or raw food, a plant-based lifestyle, whatever the case may be, your digestive system has to get used to that. That's another reason why you may start to feel bad or weak when you transition to the healthier lifestyle. Your digestive system is used to the acidic foods that you were continuously inserting in it. So it's used to breaking down those acidic foods. So when you strive to cleanse it, it's not used to these raw foods. It's not used to these plant-based foods. So it takes time for the digestive system to adapt and adjust to this healthier lifestyle. So during that time, you may feel those symptoms that I mentioned. So a lot of times, once again, we misinterpret those signs as an indication that we need to put the meat back into our diet. Once again, that's not the truth. That's a misinterpretation. Beautiful Goddess Keys, peace, what's going on? Terenzo, what's going on with you, fam? Oh yeah, D Monty Magic, anything that's acidic can affect the way that your body smells, can affect your odor. Anything that's acidic can affect the odor. Anything that's acidic, from the meat to the dairy products to the artificial sugar. Nikki, peace, what's going on? Oh yeah, Lindell, we already know what that vaccine gonna do. We already know what that vaccine gonna do. Eli Smooth on a Eli Smooth, when you do steel cut oats and then like buckwheat, they are actually good. Like steel cut oats, buckwheat, I put those in smoothies. Steel cut oats, you gotta make sure you get the steel cut oats though, and buckwheat. Those are good. I put those in smoothies. And those are some healthy carbs that the body can utilize for energy. So buckwheat, steel cut oats, those are the top two. Steel cut oats and buckwheat. Like I said, you can put those in smoothies and you good to roll. Oh, Quentin, when it comes to feeling the body, feeling the belly without meat, when it comes to that, man, it's a lot of different foods. For the most part, beans are good for that. Beans are good for that. So when it comes to when you are striving to fulfill that appetite, one thing you need to focus on in that regard is fiber. You want to focus on fiber-rich foods when you are striving to fulfill that appetite. And that's another thing that happens too. When people transition to the healthier lifestyle, they talk about the constant hunger. The only way to curb that is to consume a lot of fiber-rich foods, and foods low on the glycemic index, which basically means how long it takes for the carbs to hit the bloodstream or the glucose to hit the bloodstream. So you want to eat a lot of fiber-rich foods, which would be beans. I'll focus on beans. I will eat a lot of beans in order to curb that appetite and stay fulfilled. And then the steel cut oats and the buckwheat that I mentioned, they are also good for that. They are also good for that. They will keep you full. Of course, obviously, when you eat like fruits, then you have a hard time staying full unless you're eating like bananas. Bananas are probably the best fruit in regards to fulfilling that appetite. But any other fruit, man, that's probably going to go right in and right out in about 30 minutes. And you're going to be right back hungry. But if you want to curb that hunger, if you want to stay full for a longer period of time, fiber-rich foods. You want to eat foods that are high in fiber. And the best foods for that, like I said, beans. And then you want to get your dark leafy greens in there, man. Spinach, kale, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. Mix those with some beans and you will be good to roll. And then if you're looking for a smoothie, like I said, buckwheat, steel cut oats. Mix them in there with some bananas and some berries, and you also be good to roll on that note. Yeah, quinoa is definitely good. Yeah, quinoa is good. It takes some getting used to, though. It takes some getting used to. It takes some getting used to with the quinoa, man. Even brown rice, like if you're not used to eating brown rice, and that's another thing too, you got to rewire your taste buds. So a lot of people don't understand that too. When you transition into the healthier lifestyle, some of the food may not taste the best off the rip. That's because your taste buds are wired a certain type of way. So you got to rewire them taste buds. So even when you transition in like a lot of things like brown rice, even sometimes the whole wheat bread, depending on what you used to eating, all of that stuff may taste funny initially. You got to give your taste buds time to adapt and adjust to the healthier foods. So the healthier foods, again, like when you transitioning, they may not taste the best off the bat, off the rip, but give it time. Give it time. CJ, no, I don't necessarily rock with vitamin water. I just drink pure like the alkaline water and I'm good to roll. Yeah, the beans and cornbread. Yeah, crushing the bananas, that's all, that's peace. Stanley, when it comes to seasoning, man, you just want to keep that simple, man. Like I said, the black pepper is cool, turmeric is cool. So those are the go-tos, man, for like seasoning. Black pepper and turmeric together, bunch of health benefits, anti-inflammatory. You don't have to worry about inflammation. So if you're dealing with arthritis or you know somebody that's dealing with arthritis, turmeric, black pepper, anti-inflammatory. Then garlic and ginger and things of that nature. A lot of those spices, they need to make sure they're incorporating spices. Those are anti-inflammatory, man. You can even throw some garlic, little clove of garlic in your smoothie. Make an anti-inflammatory type smoothie. But turmeric and black pepper are definitely peach when it comes to kind of seasoning up the food. Pseudo charlatans peace. Get money. What's going on with you, family? And Kelsey, when it comes to 1 gallon a day, it's funny that you mentioned that. It's 2 ways you can go about this water for weight loss. All right, so they recommend half your body weight in ounces. And then the gallon of water, the only time that I recommend that gallon of water for weight loss, it's a technique called super hydration. And basically what that is that's when you drink an ice cold gallon of water a day. Now, the reason why this is like a technique that's utilized to burn fat, because your body has a certain temperature that it likes to be at, 98.6. So when you drink that ice cold gallon of water a day, what's happening? You cooling the body down. So the body is going to have to work to get back up to that set temperature. That means you burning extra calories to get that body temperature back up. So that's why that's a slick technique to help you burn fat. And most of that fat that's burnt comes from the belly, the visceral fat. So if you want to drink that gallon of water, make sure it's an ice cold gallon of water a day. That's called super hydration. Got to be the ice cold gallon. And that's going to help you burn fat a little bit faster. Yeah, so an ice cold gallon of water a day has been proven to help you burn fat faster, due to the fact that your body is striving to get to that set body temperature. And when you cool it off, when you cool it down, then it's got to work a little bit harder to get back to that 98.6. And that's helping you burn extra calories. So that ice cold gallon of water a day is a good technique for fat burning. It's called super hydration. Sean H. Peace, what's going on? D Monty Magic, from my understanding, cooking with it, drinking it, either way it's still good. I would probably say drinking it, you get more of a benefit though. I would say drinking it, you get more of a benefit. Yeah, David Johnson. Them cold showers are underrated too. Cold showers are good for like the mental health as well. People sleep on cold showers. And we used to play sports back in the day. We had to sit in those ice baths and whatnot for recovery. But man, cold showers, a lot of benefits. Taking a cold shower. I know it's hard and it may sound taboo right now, but it's a lot of benefits to taking cold showers. And one of the benefits is it helps with the mind. It helps with like depression and things like that. Like literally, y'all can look into that if you haven't heard about it. But cold showers are good for the mental, and it's good for your overall health and well-being. So take a cold shower every now and then. I definitely recommend it. And Tavon, man, listen. I've heard people say they don't like water. And matter of fact, that's actually more common than people think. People coming to me saying they don't like water, and then they don't like fruits. And the reason why they don't like fruits now is because everybody that made them fear fruits. So a lot of people are in fear of fruits because they feel like it's too many carbs and whatnot. That's one of the reasons why they fear fruit. But it's a lot of people say they don't like water. I mean, that's common. Every other person I come across say they don't drink water because they really don't like it. And that's just letting you know where their taste buds are at. That's letting you know how bad off they've been or how bad off they are. Because when you say you don't like water, that's a problem. Because your body naturally needs water. Like, you can't survive without that water, man. You cannot survive without that water. You can go longer without that food than you can go without that water. A lot of people don't understand that. And sometimes when you think you're hungry, that's actually your body crying out for water. So water is something that we need. So when you come across a person that say they don't like water, man, that's letting you know how toxic that person really is. That's toxic. Dominique, I'm a vegan, but I'm also I power lift too. I'm a power lifter too. I don't fool with raw eggs. I don't fool with eggs in general. But I do power lifting as well. That's actually what I'm training for right now. And I tell you the magic pill, man, for just maintaining your strength, maintaining your muscle. I'm telling you, all these seeds, man, nuts and seeds are, man, the magic formula. Magic formula. Like I got some sunflower seeds, the organic sunflower seeds in my bag right now. Some magic formula. Magic formula, man. You keep them seeds on you, you'll be good to roll. And then, like I said, you just eat balanced throughout the day. But man, those seeds are magical. All of the seeds, like those are your magic. That's the magic formula right there. That's the secret potion. All of those seeds, I'm telling you. Yep, pistachios are good. Lindell, now mushrooms are peace, but the thing about mushrooms, the mushrooms have to be cooked. When you eat, the only time a mushroom can be threatening to your health is when you eat it raw. Because it's certain bacteria that's in that mushroom that can be harmful to us. But when we cook it, we kill that. So sometimes, not sometimes, but you got to make sure you cook the mushroom. That is when it's beneficial to you. When you eating the mushroom raw, then you may have a problem. So you want to make sure you are cooking the mushroom. So, but yeah, the mushroom got a ton of benefits, especially for the immune system, but you just got to make sure that it's cooked. Linseed, aka the flaxseed, that's definitely good for that energy. D-Monty Magic, yeah, I throw the hemp seeds in the fruit smoothie, but for the most part, I'm getting used to just eating the hemp seeds. But I definitely throw them in the smoothie up. Sean, when it comes to starting with letting the meat go, I don't recommend, like I did it rather fast. I was never really a fan of like fish and like seafood, so that really wasn't nothing for me to get rid of. So I let go of pork first, got rid of the beef. Like I said, I really wasn't big into seafood like that, so that really wasn't a problem. And then the last thing that I gave up was turkey. So it's chicken and turkey. So I gave up like one meat maybe like every 2 weeks or so. I probably recommend going a little bit slower than that. Maybe like every month you give up a meat, whatever you consume. And if you consume, let's just say right now you eat all forms of meat. Like you eat pork, you eat the beef, you eat the seafood, you eat the chicken, you eat the turkey. So I say just 1 month, just eliminate one. So this month, or let's say next month, you say, all right, I'm not gonna eat any pork. So for the whole month of December, no pork, but everything else fair game. Then for January, you're like, all right, I'm gonna get rid of the beef. So it's no beef, no pork. Then the next month after that, you say, all right, I'm gonna get rid of the chicken. I recommend gradually eliminating all the meats from your life like that. Then you also want to focus on eliminating dairy from your life as well too, because we know that dairy is just as bad as the meat. Oh, Dominique, no doubt. I just maxed out, man. So I'm at about 400 pounds on my squat, my deadlift. And that's when I haven't lifted heavy in about 7 months. So that's 7 months missing in action, and I'm still at 400. So I'll probably be at 500, 600 here shortly. And that's just all vegan. That's all vegan. 10-year vegan. There you go. There you go. Oh, Mac Daddy, grandma don't like water. We got to get her on the water. Mr. B, when it comes to dates, yeah, dates are cool. You get the unsweetened figs. Those are good. I put those in smoothies. But then like the sweet tooth thing, the easy way to combat that, like I said, just eat fruits. Because we misinterpret the signals. Like we think we craving chocolate. We think we craving some candy. We think we craving artificial sugar. Now your body is craving the sugar from the fruits, the real sugar, the real carbs. That's what your body is craving. Oh, Dominique, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I'm definitely on Instagram. Oh, Mac Dad, man, when I was Mac Dad, I've always been strong, so that's why I'm striving to do what I'm doing. So I can let people know that you can go vegan and you can still be as strong as, really I shouldn't have to prove this, because you can look out in nature and you can see some of the strongest animals are plant-based, but I'm just here to prove it in human form. It's a lot of people already doing it. But I'm about to really prove to you in human form that you don't need the meat, you don't need the dairy products, and you can eat predominantly raw and still throw these weights around like a beast. So that's what I'm out to prove. Oh, the real Supreme Kai, you already know. Yeah, Dr. Sebi, man, I was studying Dr. Sebi before he was even popular, before people was even talking about him. And Layla Africa, that's another one of our, and he, just passed on some years ago, but, I study him, Layla Africa, Dr. Sebi, real big on them. They got some powerful work. And you got to watch it too when you black and when you teaching that health consciousness, man, they really strive to take you out. That's an underrated group of people, man, that they be assassinating on the low. They be assassinating our herbalists, man, or our people that's talking that health consciousness. So underrated, under the radar, man. They go under the radar in regards to the way that they assassinate our healers. Pseudo charlatans, if you type in my name, I may come up, but then you could also type in Almighty Vegan, and that should definitely pop up on Instagram. All right, Joseph, pre-diabetic, best thing you need to do, definitely limit your artificial sugars, your refined carbs, and you want to focus more on the dark leafy greens. You want to do some intermittent fasting. You definitely want to do that. I recommend starting with the 16-8, eating between the 8-hour window, fasting for 16 hours. And you definitely want to work your way up to doing full 24-hour fast. And you want to eat fiber-rich foods. Like I said, beans. You don't want to eat the canned beans. You want to eat the beans in the bags. They have more fiber. So you want to focus on fiber-rich foods, you want to do some intermittent fasting, and you want to eliminate the refined carbs from your life. That's what you want to do if you're pre-diabetic. And that's going to normalize the blood sugar and all of that good stuff, man. That's even how you reverse diabetes. Francis, yeah, like I said, I've always been strong. But when I transitioned over to the vegan and vegetarian lifestyle, what happened was a lot of people was like, oh man, your strength is gonna suffer. Strength didn't suffer. I was progressing just like I was when I was eating meat. So I actually hit some PRs. Like I said, the numbers that I just listed, that's from me not having been in the gym for like 7 months, having the proper weights and whatnot. So I just got a bunch of heavier weights in my gym, so I was able to see if I could still throw up the 400 pounds, 350 and all of that, and I was able to do it. So when I transitioned over to veganism and vegetarianism, my strength didn't suffer. My power didn't suffer. I was able to progress. Just the same as I was when I was eating meat, which is just the point I wanted to convey over to people. But there's some numbers that I never was able to hit, that I'm going to hit on this plant-based lifestyle, and I'm going to document it. Sean, when it comes to the nuts, yeah, if you strive, again, because I'm always on a different mission. Like for me, I'm always striving to add muscle, add a little bit more weight. So if you're striving to lose, yeah, you definitely want to eat the nuts in moderation. If you're striving to lose, you want to eat the nuts in moderation. You may want to focus more on seeds. All right, Dominique, most definitely. D Monty Magic, my form was always pretty good. So I never really had a problem with form, and I mastered my form early. So my form was always pretty good. So I always pretty much had pretty good form on a major lift. So I won't say my form improved because my form was always pretty good. And that just comes from, like I said, that's playing college ball when they made you get as low as you can on the squat. We didn't deadlift in college. We didn't do the traditional deadlift, so I didn't start deadlifting until well, I did not start deadlifting. I was deadlifting kind of on my own, but I didn't start really focusing on deadlifting until I got out of college, and then I was a vegetarian at that point. But we did the bench press and we did the squat in college when I played ball, so my form was already pretty good on those. So I won't say my form improved, but one thing that did improve was my energy levels. So when I transitioned, I had a lot more energy in the gym. Yeah, D Monty Magic, man, they tell us a lot of lies about fruits. A lot of lies. And it had, like I said, it has people living in fear. You shouldn't be living in fear of fruits. That's the one thing you should not fear is a fruit. But they have us living in fear of fruits, and we already know why they have us doing that. We already know why they have us living in fear of fruits. We fear fruit before we fear the dairy product, before we fear the meat. We fear the fruit. Fruit is more of the enemy than the meat, than the cheese, than the milk. Fruit is the problem. That's what they have led us to believe. Oh, Brittany, there you go. 2 months strong and you gonna keep it rolling. You gonna keep it rolling. But yeah, that's how I am. Like at first, when I first transitioned, I couldn't, I still can't tolerate the smell of bacon. Like pork in general. Like I can't tolerate the smell of pork. Like that bothers me. Now, the other stuff, it don't necessarily bother me because it's like I just tune it out. But like when I'm around pork, have a problem. I can't tolerate pork. Can't tolerate it. I can't even tolerate people eating pork around me. I'm disgusted. Like I can't rock with pork at all. Like I just cannot tolerate pork being around me. I can't tolerate people eating pork. I can't tolerate the smell of pork. Pork disgusts me. But yeah, like our bodies naturally let us know that this animal, not good. We shouldn't be consuming it. Thunder Scorpion, peace, what's going on? Francis, when it comes to treating gym injuries, it depends on what the injury is. It depends on what the injury is. Because a lot of times, depending on the injury, like I said, if it's like something that's inflammatory, then again, I would recommend eating your spices. Like I said, the turmeric, cayenne pepper, your black pepper, ginger, garlic, and things of that nature. So it just depends on what the injury actually is. For the most part, for most gym injuries, you just really got to rehab it. So physical therapy type exercises. And then you want to try to eat as alkaline as possible to help with the recovery process. So you want to eat a lot of alkaline forming foods. So again, like your dark leafy greens, a lot of your fruits. You want to drink plenty of water. Yeah, Brittany, yeah, people sleep on how dangerous chicken is. People sleep on how dangerous chicken is because I got a lot of people, man, they think, they let go of pork and they let go of beef and they just eating a lot of chicken and they think that's healthy. I'm like, nah, man, that chicken is destroying you in a similar fashion as that pork would. Y'all got to think of some of the stuff that they pumping inside of these chickens, man, the antibiotics and all of that good stuff, man, the steroids and all these things they pumping into these animals. So these chickens, you eating the chicken, you ain't necessarily as healthy as you may think. The same with the turkey. Yeah, Francis, the processed food, it probably was drenched in sodium. And that's another underrated aspect of health too, man. We be eating a lot of sodium. We consume a lot of sodium, aka salt. D Monty Magic, most definitely. And I feel like one of the main reasons probably why chicken may get on your nerves because a lot of people think chicken is healthy. So they think that they eating chicken and they think they doing something. So that can kind of grind your gears too. It's like people are, well, it's chicken, so I'm good. It ain't pork, it ain't beef, it ain't the red meat, but it's chicken, so I'm good. So a lot of people think that the chicken is acceptable. So that's another reason why it can kind of subconsciously like upset you when you're around it. Oh, Jay West, man, listen. When I was transitioning over to the vegetarian lifestyle, so basically I was eating everything but but the meat. Now I'm gonna go before that. When I just eliminated pork, I used to specifically tell a lot of the people at the restaurant, like they'll give you the baked potato and put the bacon bits. I swear to you, every time I said, do not put the bacon bits on this loaded potato, every time I told them that they put the bacon bits on there. So I started thinking, I said, man, they intentionally doing this. Every time I say no bacon bits, don't put the bacon bits on there. No bacon bits. I don't eat pork. They'll put the bacon bits on there. Every time, it never failed. Kagizo, peace, what's going on with you? D Monty Magic, Mos Def, Ty-Don, what's going on with you, peace? Oh, Dominique, yep, I got a book that just dropped on my born day. It's called The Inner Mass. Inner Mass, like you, yeah. And I think on my video that I put out on my born day, I got the link in that description box, and I might come back and put the link in this description as well for this video. But Inner Mass, you can type that up on Amazon. Inner Mass, Eric Bell, you're gonna see it. And you can purchase that joint. Oh, Jay West, when they put the bacon bits in my potato, I ain't even eat the potato. People like, man, this another thing too that I don't like when people do and say. When they tell you to just take the bacon bits off of there. Just take the bacon bits off. I'm like, man, look. When the bacon has touched my food, that's it. I don't want to just scrape the bacon bits off and then eat the food, eat the potato. No. When that bacon has touched my food, that's a done deal. It's contaminated. At that particular point, my food is now contaminated. I'm not eating it. I might as well eat the bacon bits. If you just about to scrape the bacon off of there and then eat you might as well kept the bacon bits on there and eat the food. So I do not like when people make it seem like it's just as simple as just remove the bacon bits or just remove the bacon and then eat it. Nah, man, it's contaminated. It's contaminated. The Terminator 1187, peace, what's going on with you? Germ God, when it comes to starch, like I said, it depends on your goal. So a person such as myself, I can eat like a potato. That's one of the more starchy foods, the white potatoes. I can consume the potatoes because I'm striving to bulk up, striving to get, add on a little bit more muscle. It's good for that. If you striving to lose weight, then I would say stay away from the starchy foods or minimize the starchy foods. And that's another thing that I want to break down to you all as well. And I'm going to do it in another video, but it's like body types. So what do I mean by that in short? Because I'm not going to break it down thoroughly in this video, but there are some of us who we do better on a high protein type of lifestyle or a high protein type of regimen. Some of us need more carbs. Some of us fare better on a high carb type of lifestyle, high carb type of regimen. Now, when people hear me say high protein, they may be thinking, oh, I need meat. No, you can have a high protein regimen and it still be plant-based. All that means is you need to consume more of the plant-based protein, more of the plant-based foods that are higher in protein. That's all that means. But there are different ways to determine which body type that you have. So there are some of us, like I said, that we need to consume more carbs. There are some of us that maybe need to consume more protein. And then there are some of us that are in the middle, so we more balanced. So it's like a 50-50 in regards to or maybe 40-40 in regards to the proteins and carbs. And then you got the 20% fats. So again, there is no perfect diet, perfect regimen. Everything has to be individualized for the person. So if you need more protein, you have to be able to determine, for one, if that is in fact you and the lifestyle that you need to follow. So if you're the person that needs more protein, then you probably gonna need to consume more seeds, more beans than a person that needs more carbs. Then they probably gonna have to consume more of the sweet potatoes, more of the fruits and things of that nature. Tavis, man, appreciate the donation. Cynthia Wisdom Seeker, peace. What's going on with you? Brittany, you in Chicago? Yeah, I'm about 4 hours away from you in St. Louis. We got a couple vegan spots here. But I'm striving. I'm gonna have to open up a juice bar, man. I still, the veganism is becoming a little bit more popular, and that kind of makes me nervous. That kind of makes me nervous, man. When things become a little bit more popular, you know how they start tampering with the products. So they already did it when they came out with the Impossible Burgers and all this, man. So they already tampering with the vegan lifestyle in a way that I don't really appreciate. So when it becomes more popular, you got to watch certain foods. You got to watch what they doing to certain foods. So that kind of makes me nervous. But I still like to see a lot of the vegan restaurants popping up too, though. Like I got to go to Atlanta. They got that slutty vegan place. I got to go down to Atlanta, man. I got to bear witness to that. So that's on my bucket list. I got to go down to Atlanta and go to that slutty vegan place. But I definitely need to get to the Chi-Town. Oh yeah, D-Monty Magic, and that's what we got to be more in charge of that. We got to be more in charge of that. We got to be more in charge of the food that we consume. So that's why I'm always, like, my end goal is to really strive to learn agriculture, man. Learn how to grow my own foods. Oh, Jay West Word, yeah, I got a cousin that's out there, so I'm definitely gonna make my way to Atlanta to go to that slutty vegan. Brittany, most definitely. My roommate when I was in college, he was from Chicago, so I already know. Y'all doing your thing. Y'all doing your thing there, man. I gotta make a trip out that way. Eli Smooth, man, to get rid of acne, that's easy. Get your water up. Get your water up. And then you got to really watch the sugar that you are consuming, the artificial sugar. So you want to get your water up. You want to get your water up. You want to drink a lot of water, man. That's great for the skin. Great for the skin, man. Just drink your water. Get your water in. And I'm telling you, you're gonna see your skin transition and transform. Cause I had a problem with acne, man. And once I started drinking water, man, it all went away. And I can tell what causes the acne. Because when I was drinking like orange juice for a minute and my skin was breaking out, I eliminated the orange juice, boom, bumps went away, pimples went away. So you really gotta analyze, but for the most part, man, when you limit your artificial sugar and you drink more water, you good. You're gonna be good in regards to like your skin. Queen J, peace, what's going on? Cynthia Wisdom Seeker, like I had said earlier, what I recommend in regards to weaning yourself off the meat is maybe every month just eliminating a meat source from your diet, from your regimen. So like I said, next month, eliminate pork. Then the month after that, eliminate the red meat. Then the next month, chicken. And you want to go in a cycle like that. And then you want to eventually work your way into eliminating dairy. But you want to start with the meat, and you want to do that on a monthly basis. Just eliminate a meat source a month. And then you will be good to roll. And then another thing too, when you subtract, you always want to add. So when you eliminate a meat source, you want to add a plant-based source of food that you didn't normally consume. So let's say, all right, we're going to eliminate pork, but we never really consume black beans. Then you want to add black beans while you subtracting the pork. So you always want to subtract and add simultaneously. Brittany, appreciate the donation. Yeah, Tavon, pretty much everything that's alkaline is good for the skin. But for the simple way to combat skin problems is drinking that water. That's a simple way to combat it. Cause like I said, that's what I did, man. I had a problem with acne bad in high school. Because I drank a lot of, so man, when I was in high school, people don't understand. That's why I laugh at people when they say, man, I can't get rid of the meat, man. I can't do it. I love my chicken. People don't understand how much of a savage I was, man. Y'all got to understand, I was a straight athlete, straight football player, and I had to gain weight. So I was eating like a savage. All I ate was meat, and all I ate was like candy and chips and all that, and drank sodas. That's literally all I ate. So I was a savage out here. So I was like, man, if I can do it, I'm 1,000% sure you can. Cause I was consuming meat, candy, chips, soda. I was eating like a savage. And that's why I had the skin problem that I had, like the acne that I had. All I did when I got to college, I started drinking more water and my skin cleared up instantly. D Monty Magic, man, I got a lot of views on these doctors out here in regards to, we got to stop expecting these doctors to be able to break things down to us nutritionally. They not even required to like study nutrition for real in their coursework. So that's something that's funny to me. Like, we be looking into these doctors and think these doctors supposed to have all the answers in regards to like what we supposed to eat. These doctors, most doctors are ignorant when it comes to nutrition because they not required to study it. They not required to study nutrition. So a lot of people be like, well, why my doctor never told me to eat this, do this, that, and the third? Because they don't know. Literally, doctors are not encouraged to study, not required to study nutrition. They may have one course. They may have one nutrition course that they take. And I don't even think they're required to take that. So that's not their job. That's why a lot of them give you this garbage, basic food pyramid, Western dietary approach, the standard American diet approach. That's why they give you that, because they don't know. The only doctor that may know is one that does study outside of their curriculum. So they do studying on their own. Sean, like I power lift, but I'm a calisthenic junkie. So I do calisthenics with every workout. So I'm a calisthenic junkie. If you can't master your body weight, then you're doing something wrong. So you always should be striving to master your body weight. So I don't just master the weights, I master my body weight as well. So I'm always doing calisthenics. And D Monty Magic, and that's what I always talk about. It's not necessarily even the doctors that I blame. It's the people that's writing the checks to the doctors. These doctors don't know any better, man. And they mind, man, they just going to school, they getting this education, they getting this degree. Doctors really don't know. They don't know any better. They don't know if they really pawns, man. They don't really know. They ignorant to that fact. They ignorant to that reality. It's the people that own these hospitals. It's the people that's paying these doctors. They are the problem. They are the problem. Eli Smooth, man, most doctors I know are in terrible shape. Yeah, Terenzo, that's why I don't claim a doctor. I don't have a doctor. I'm my own doctor, so I don't even claim a doctor. I don't claim a doctor. I am my own doctor. I am my own specialist. Brittany, I could definitely relate to that. And sometimes it's sad, man. I think that's, like, I honestly feel like that creates depression. When you striving to go down this path in regards to cleaning up the way that you eat, and you watching your family members eat in a manner in which you know is destroying them, is killing them. Like, man, that can lead to depression, man. So you got to overcome a lot psychologically when you come across this information and you make these changes, and then you watching your loved ones basically eat their way to an early grave, and there's really nothing you can do about it. Like, it took me, I'm still getting over it now, but it took me a minute to just accept that. Like, man, it's nothing really I can do about it. Only thing I can do is focus on myself and hope that it inspires change within them. But for the longest, I was upset at my people. Like, man, I'm giving y'all this information and y'all still choosing to eat this garbage. Why y'all going to McDonald's after I done told y'all how garbage this is? Like, for the life of me, like I couldn't make sense of that. Thunder Scorpion. When it come to dropping weight, it's another thing people don't realize. When it comes to dropping weight, I don't necessarily like the term dropping weight because I focus more on body fat. So we want to chop the body fat. You want to add muscle, you want to chop the body fat. Because dropping weight, that's not giving the whole story. That could just be water weight. So, a lot of times I like to focus on other metrics. But when it comes to burning fat, you always want to do your main lifts. You want to deadlift, you want to squat, you want to bench press, your main lifts, and you want to go heavy as possible. And that goes for women as well. Women, you need to lift heavy as well if you striving to burn that fat. If you striving to tone up. But the main lifts that you need: squat, deadlift, bench press, military press, which is a shoulder press, and you want to also master your body weight. You want to always strive to master your body weight. So pull-ups, push-ups, dips are crucial. And you can do like bent over rows. Those are also crucial. That's all you need. That's all you need. Chris, appreciate the donation. Dominique, appreciate that purchase. Sean Dow, the muffin top. If you want to focus on that, then you're going to have to focus on, obviously, upper body movements. So you want to kind of balance it out. A lot of times, too, and this is for the men for the most part, a lot of times we don't deal with balance when it comes to, like, the chest, like the upper body. We focus on just bench pressing. Really, you don't necessarily need the bench press. Like my football coach back in college told me, bench press was like an overrated exercise. But for the most part, you want to focus on balance in regards to kind of shaping up the chest. So you could do incline, that focus on the upper chest. Then you want to make sure you're doing some decline bench presses. And that focuses on the lower chest, the lower pecs. See, we ignore that. We ignore the lower pecs. We don't even think that those exist. So you want to make sure you inclining and you declining in regards to doing your bench presses. And then you want to make sure you kind of doing some flies too. And when you doing the flies, you want to squeeze. So a lot of us, we don't deal in balance when it comes to a lot of our body parts. Brittany, and I cannot stand it. I can't stand it when they do it to adults. When they do it to us, I can't stand that. But I also can't stand when they do that to the babies. You making the babies feel guilty for striving to eat healthy, and see, they don't know any better. So that's why I don't like it when these grown folks do that to the babies, do that to the kids, man, because you can influence the mind of that child, man. So they gotta watch when they do that to the kids, man. That's gonna resonate with that kid. See, I'm able, you can say that to me and I'm able to brush it off like, all right, whatever. That kid ain't gonna be able to do that when it's the cousin, when it's the grandmother, when it's the aunt, when it's the uncle. Like, they gonna listen to what that grandmother, that aunt, that uncle is saying. Mr. Katie Harris, what's going on? Francis, I wouldn't recommend anyone over the other because they work different muscles. So I recommend you incorporate both. You can definitely bench press and then do the military press. And the military press helps improve your bench press, your strength on the bench press. So it depends on what your objective is. But for the most part, I feel like you should do both. Because like I said, the military press, it focuses on the shoulders. And of course, secondary, you're going to have some triceps involved in that. The bench press hits everything. It hits your chest, it hits your triceps, and it hits your shoulders. And it hits the core a little bit. So the bench press is a very good movement in regards to that. Oh, Mr. Gay, Miss Katie, we just building, man. We just chopping it up. Oh, D Monty Magic. When I first transitioned, like out the gate, cause see, I never was really a big dude, but when I had got to college, I had to gain 20 pounds. So I put on that 20 pounds in a very unhealthy manner, which is another reason why I made the transition. I was eating like a savage. I was eating because I had to eat about 5 to 6 small meals a day, and I had to go in. I had to get up to about 165, 170 pounds. If y'all don't know, I played running back. So I was at like a buck. I was at like a $145, $150 on a good day. So I had to get up to about. I had to put on about 20 pounds, and I did. But it was very unhealthy, man. I was pigging out. I was eating everything and anything. But I got up to about 168, 170. So when I made the transition, naturally, I lost weight. Anytime you remove anything from your lifestyle, you're gonna naturally lose about 10 pounds off the rip. So, yep, of course, everybody started hearing, oh, man, you getting skinny, woo, woo, woo. I said, man, I'm just eliminating something out of my life, man. So I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to get skinny for the time being. Then I'm going to focus on building that back up in a healthy manner. So now, as y'all can see, I'm not as big as I was, but y'all can see the muscle hasn't really went anywhere. I'm actually still the same size that I normally was back in the day. So I'm still at about $145, $150. So I'm nowhere near skin and bones, but it takes time to build that muscle back up, especially when you eliminate the meat and you're striving to build it in a healthier manner. It takes time. Adrian, you got it. You just got to keep working at it. You got it. Sean, the calisthenics for that, I recommend push-ups. And you got a bunch of different variations of a push-up. You got the normal grip push-up, the wide grip push-up. Then you have your diamond push-ups. And then you have a pike push-up, which also works the shoulders. And then you can do dips. So all of those are good for that. Eli Smooth, the Beyond Meat crumbles, those are a good source of protein and they don't have soy in them, so those are decent. Of course, I don't recommend just overdoing it like overkill, but that's a good plant-based source of protein, like the Beyond Meat crumbles and whatnot. You can make little veggie burgers or vegan burgers with those, man. You can put it in like whole wheat spaghetti, however you want to do it. Some whole wheat pasta, like you can put those crumbles in that. Those are decent. But I would stay away from some of the meatless products that have soy in them, because I don't really trust those. I don't really trust those products. Oh, Herx, I definitely dealt with that. For one, they thought it was a phase, and they was telling me that I need to eat meat. I mean, that's all I was getting. I mean, this was coming from people who are nowhere near well versed in nutrition. Telling me I need to eat meat, telling me I'm tripping, telling me I'm crazy, all of that type of stuff. Looking at me like I'm strange, thinking it's just a phase. So I went through all of that. The whole time I'm working out, I'm still doing the same things that I was doing when I was playing college ball. So I was just like, man, what are y'all talking about? I'm in better shape than everybody that was criticizing me. I was in better shape than everybody that was criticizing me. So that wasn't making any sense to me. So I really was able to kind of brush it off easily because I'm like, man, I'm in better shape than all of y'all. So it's like, what are y'all talking about? Oh, D Monty Magic, I'm already knowing. I was an unhealthy. I look good on the outside. Like I look swole on the outside, but man, I was unhealthy. At about 168. Eli Smooth, that's crazy. Yeah, Thunder Scorpion, man. And then the worst part about it, and I really can't blame them because, again, I can't force them to eat the way that I was eating, but it used to be so messed up, man, just when you're striving to transition, and they just surround you with all that food. Like when you just transitioning. Now I have the discipline. Now I'm able to be like, all right, whatever, that don't bother me. But man, when I was striving to make the transition, man, it was hard being around that food. It was hard being around that food, man. That was complicated. So that was difficult, man, when I was striving to make the transition, because I was striving to make the transition when I was in college. So obviously I was, still with my parents and whatnot. So it was just hard being around that food, man. I'm striving to get rid of this chicken, and that's all y'all cooking. That's all y'all bringing in here, man. This is rough. Oh yeah, D Monty Magic, most definitely. They definitely come to me with tips now because, like, we getting a little bit older, so everybody getting a little bit more nervous in regards to their health. It's like, what people don't understand, the best thing to do is to take preventative measures. You don't want to get to the point where you striving to reverse a condition. It's always best to take preventative measures, and that's something that people don't understand. That's why I can't stand when people say, "Oh, that person got cancer and they were striving to eat vegan and they still died." It's like, because they waited until they had the cancer to try to reverse the condition. That's not going to necessarily work for everybody. Some people, maybe when they make the transition, they can reverse it, but it doesn't work like that. The best way to approach it is to take preventative measures. So you need to go vegan or raw foodist or whatever the case may be, or plant-based, before you get diagnosed with the cancer. You don't want to wait till you get the cancer to say, now I'm going to go vegan because I hope that going vegan will reverse the cancer. That's the wrong approach to take. So I can't stand when people say that. I said, man, the reason why they got the cancer in the first place is because of the way that they were eating, the meat that they were eating, the dairy products that they were eating, the chips, the sodas, the candies. Now you want to say, well, they were striving to clean up the way that they were eating while they had the cancer and they still died. Duh. You got to take preventative measures. Yeah, the Terminator, and that's the age-old saying, the prevention is better than the cure. We don't need to be focusing on how to cure things. We need to focus on how to prevent the things from happening in the first place. That's the way to do it, because it's hard to reverse a condition. I say probably one of the easiest conditions to reverse on paper is diabetes, but that's still hard. But on paper, that's one of the easiest conditions to reverse. And I'm just talking about on paper, as far as like the method that you have to undergo to reverse it. But everything else, like when you get hit with these cancers and when you get hit with a lot of these ailments, you can reverse them, but it's hard. That's why you don't want to wait to that point. Eric Archer, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Oh, and Francis, I mean, it was pretty much easy, man. You just gotta plan everything out. And like I said, I wasn't necessarily getting meals in. So a lot of the times, like I said, I'd just be eating like seeds and things of that nature. Little healthy things that I can snack on that'll still be providing me with the nutrients. But when I used to be at the bank, the funny thing about when I worked at the bank, I used to keep my gallon, my green jug, man. I used to have my chlorella, spirulina, whatever. I put it in my water, and that'll turn it green. So I used to have a gallon jug of that joint. And every time a customer come in there, ask me what I was drinking. Man, I can't tell. If I made spirulina, I would be rich, because I can't tell you how many. I actually started ordering some of that stuff for customers. They'd come in the bank and they'd wonder what I'm drinking, because it'd be green, and I'd tell them, and they'd have me order it for them, or they'd go order it. So I was putting people on game when I was working at the bank. I was putting people on game, man. They was wondering what I was drinking, but they'd see that green concoction, and they'd be like, "What's that?" And I used to educate them right there in the bank. So I was putting people on game, and I had people drinking a lot of water at the bank when I worked there, man, because people would see my gallon. when they come up there. D-Monte Magic, the chlorella is the best tasting one. It has a minty flavor to it. I mean, not the chlorella, the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the best tasting green, green mixture. Adrian, when it comes to workouts for the upper body, now it's a lot of different movements for the upper body. Like I said, you can bench press, close grip bench press, military press. Then you can do dumbbell shoulder press. So I recommend all those movements. And then of course you obviously want to do your push-ups. You want to master that body weight and get your push-ups in. And then you can incline press. You want to decline bench press. You can do flies. Those are also good for the upper body. Mainly for like the chest, but we talking upper body, we also including the shoulders too and like the traps. So you can do shrugs. And you want to do front raises. That's for the front deltoids of the shoulders. And then you want to do side raises. It's for the side deltoids of the shoulders. And then you want to do bent over raises. That's for the back portion of it, the rear delts. So you want to make sure you're dealing with balance in regards to the upper body. Francis, nope, I've never had any pain in my elbows from doing too many pull-ups. Never. And the reason why, if you experiencing pain in the elbows from doing pull-ups, you're probably maybe doing chin-ups. But I do wide grip pull-ups, man. So I'm focusing strictly on my back, on my lats when I do pull-ups. So that's how I prevent elbow pain. So chin up is when you like this and it's a closer grip and you pulling up like that. That's a chin up, you using more of your biceps. When you wide grip pull up, that's all lats, that's all back. So when I pull up for the back, for the lats. So I'm always wide grip. So with that, I'm not, like I barely feel it in my elbow. I rarely feel it in my elbow. But when you're doing chin ups, you may feel it a little bit more in the elbow. D-Monte Magic, that's what I tell people all the time, is literally the solution. Like literally. Sean, when it comes to stomach exercises, and I'm gonna give y'all something that y'all probably didn't expect. When I developed the best abs that I've ever had, like I literally didn't do many ab exercises. You develop your abs when you do the heavy core lifts, when you squat heavy, when you do military presses, even when you bench press, when you deadlift, that all involves the abs. So, but then if you want to isolate the abs and you want to focus on the abs, I recommend doing seated Russian twists with a weight. So that's when you lay back, boom, and you do your seated twist. That's one thing that we did to develop abs. We did side, you got to focus on your obliques. So a lot of times when we work the abs, we just focus on this portion of the abs. We neglect the obliques, the sides. So you got to make sure you're doing side bends. So you grab your little weight and you reach down the side of that foot. Do side bends. We did a lot of those. We did a lot of side bends, side crunches. So you want to make sure you don't neglect your obliques. The Russian twist, we didn't do sit-ups like that for real. Sit-ups can be bad on the back, but we did crunches. We did what they call skyscrapers. When you lay back, legs straight up, and you just reach straight up. We did a lot of those. It's another one called windshield wiper. You could look up that ab exercise. That's another good one. We did a lot of planks because that strengthens the core. And we did side planks as well. Like I said, don't neglect the side obliques. We did leg lifts as well. So those are some of like the basic movements that we did. And I'm telling you, that's when I developed my six pack right there. And then we did like knee raises, leg raises. And I mean, we wasn't doing an enormous amount. So we'd do like 2 sets of 12, 2 sets of 10. Planks, we'd do like 2 sets, 30 seconds. So we wasn't doing a lot of reps. So we did a lot of weighted ab exercises. But for the most part, my abs were developed due to my heavy lifting. You will notice, I mean, you can lift shirtless and you will notice that when you're doing Like military presses, you're gonna see the abs working, man. When you standing and you pressing that weight, you're gonna see your abs working. And before you do all of these lifts, they said it was what you call set your core. So you want to tighten your abs and brace your abs before you do every lift. So tighten your abs. Tighten your abs before you do every lift. And you're gonna develop your core in no time. Yeah, BYG 342. Yeah, those windshield wipers crazy. I love them though. Yeah, reverse planks. And then even if you got access to like a decline bench, them decline, I used to love doing like decline sit-ups. I used to love them. With a weight, man, you had that weight, you decline, you come up with that weight. I used to love that. Yeah, no labels. I recommend everybody strive to master a pull-up. I advocate pull-ups all day, every day. Yeah, the Terminator planks are crucial. But what people don't realize, people don't understand the difference between the core and the abs. So when people say, I'm working my core, they think that they are isolating and just working their abs. No, your core is your abs. That's your glutes are involved, your lower back, like all of that is your core. So when we say something is working the core, we don't just mean that it's working your abs. So that's why I separate core work from ab work. If you're trying to isolate your abs, then this certain movement like the plank is a great core movement. It strengthens the entire core. Oh, Herx, those muscle ups, man. When I was at the gym before the pandemic, man, I was repping them. But I haven't done them in so long, man. I got to work my way back up to them. But those muscle ups are golden. Yeah, Chris, most definitely. That like people don't understand. That's my ab workout is me lifting heavy. Like people think that I be going crazy doing ab work. No, I don't. I just lift heavy and hard. That's it. That's literally it. Yeah, we used to do a lot of pistol squats, Bulgarian split squat. That's something that you can do at home. Those Bulgarian split squats, boy, you feel the burn in your legs when you do those joints, especially when you're doing like a dumbbell. But you can do those right at the crib, man. Just find something to put your foot on and do that Bulgarian split squat. That joint have you feeling the burn in the legs. Yeah, Bulgarian split squats are a monster. Those are a monster, underrated. Oh, Sean, you got it, man. You just gotta stay committed to it. That's it. You gonna drop the weight. You gonna drop the weight. Oh, Dominique, most definitely, man. As a trainer, I'm always striving to learn more, man. Like people think that we got it all figured out. No, I'm always learning. I'm always learning. I'm always learning. Always. Andrew, peace. What's going on with you? Yeah, but we always learning, man. That's the whole point of being a trainer. Like I'm always learning. I'm always striving to implement new things to my regimen. So I'm always experimenting. They got to be a scientist out here. So I'm always experimenting. I'm always implementing. Gotta do that. Gotta live like that. Andrew, it depends on what you got access to. So the best way to build muscle is to lift heavy. And like I said, the core movements, squats, bench press, deadlift, bent over rows, military press, things of that, pull-ups, push-ups, dips, all of those good movements. So those are the best ways to add that muscle. Lift heavy, eat clean. But y'all know how I go though. Eat heavy, lift clean. They always trying to discourage people to lift heavy, especially the women, like I said. Montel, peace, what's going on? Women, don't be afraid to go hard in that gym. Don't be afraid to lift heavy weights. You're not going to look like a man. That's a myth. So go hard in that gym, man. Lift them heavyweight. Don't stop lifting that lightweight. Lift that heavyweight. D-Monty Magic, it depends on how you structuring your program. So if it's like a full body day, then you always want to start with your legs first, because that's going to require the most energy. So you want to have the most energy to do like the squats. Everything else going to be a little bit easier. So like the squats going to require more of your energy. So if you're doing the lower body first, then that's a good strategy. But like my days are structured differently. So Monday is like pretty much back day for me. So that's when I deadlift. And then tomorrow, that's gonna be kind of like when I bench press. When I work on my bench press and I do some military press, so I do a little bit of upper body. Friday, that's when I'm gonna do my squatting. And the reason why my stuff is structured like that, because I'm powerlifting, so I'm lifting real heavy. So I need a lot of rest, lot of rest time. So that's why I'm in the gym 3 days a week, because I'm powerlifting. So I'm lifting real heavy weight, and I'm progressing. So it depends on how you got your regimen laid out in regards to going lower body before the upper body. So it just really depends. And then you just got to analyze your body. Like some people can do it the total opposite and it works just fine for them. It don't matter when I squat, because I love squatting. So it don't matter when I do like my lower body movements, I'm always good because I love doing them. But for the most part, if I'm doing my lower body with another body part, I'm going to do it first, because I want to make sure I'm able to lift more weight for the legs, for like the squats and things of that nature. So I want to have all my energy for the squat. So I want to be able to lift the most weight for the squat. And I want to be able to go the hardest for the squat. The wife is in the building, y'all. Y'all say peace to the wife. Yeah, Sean, don't give up on yourself. Don't do that. And let me see. Dominique, some my favorite food, probably beans. I say beans. Beans are my favorite, like black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, either one. Those are some of them. That's probably my favorite food to gain the weight. And Andrew, yep. Most definitely. You most definitely want to focus on building the muscle. Yeah, Hershey, lentils are good as well. But I'm a bean killer, boy. I eat a lot of beans. Eli Smooth, the unsweetened almond milk. The unsweetened almond milk is decent for you. Yeah, Thunder Scorpion. I can see you getting tired. I can see you getting tired of that. So yeah, you just gotta mix it up sometimes. Instead of the rice, get the quinoa or something going. And then eat you some legit lentils instead of the beans. Yeah, flaxseed milk and hemp milk are like the best milks, nutritionally speaking. But if you're looking for like taste, unsweetened almond milk is good, and then the oat milk is solid. But you gotta make sure it's unsweetened. Anwar Muhammad, peace. What's going on with you? Yeah, Dominique, them beans and seeds. And that's just, again, like I said, that's just for, muscle building purposes. And then like almond butter and sunflower butter are pretty good. And then if you can tolerate peanut butter, some people can't tolerate it. Those are also good. Eli Smooth, bowel movements are always good. Bowel movements are always good. What people don't understand, you should be And not to be like TMI, but you should be having at least 2 or 3 bowel movements a day. That's another problem that we face because we don't consume enough fiber. So we are a constipated nation. So you should be going to the bathroom, having bowel movements 2 to 3 times a day. But y'all know what it is, man. I feel like I touched on what I need to touch on plus more, man. Y'all came with some pretty good questions and whatnot. But I got a client that's about to walk up in the building. Finna terrorize him real quick. Finna run him through the ground. So y'all know how I get down. Y'all know how this is about to go. So y'all be easy, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Tuesday. I'ma holler at y'all again tomorrow, man. I'm probably gonna talk about something else related to health. And we're going to chop it up again, man. I'm probably going to live almost every day this week because like I said, next week, I'm going to be out of town with the fam in Mississippi. So I'm probably not going to be live. So I got to make up for that. So I'll probably be going every day this week. And we're going to chop it up. We're going to have good bills, good dialogues, good interactions and things of that nature. So y'all be easy, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Tuesday, man. Y'all eat healthy. Y'all drink y'all water. Y'all meditate. Y'all say y'all affirmations. All that good, positive, and productive stuff, man. Y'all stay easy out here. Stay peaceful. Stay centered. Y'all be easy, man. Peace.